already know, man, it's Deion Dawkins, and you listening to the Real Deal Sports Show on the Beat 105.5.
Yes, indeed. Good morning, everybody. Welcome Saturday morning. That must mean it's time for Real Deal Sports Show. I'm the Radman coming through your speakers this morning, talking sports of all sorts for the next hour. And we got an awful lot to talk about in the world of sports. I just want to get right and we can broadcast it live from the Rock Palm Broker Studios like we do each and every Saturday morning. Yes, indeed. Hey, what's going on with these referees? The Seattle Seahawks, LA Rams. I don't know if you saw the game. Well, a lot of people probably didn't since the game was over on Prime Video Network. It's a shame you got to pay for these games and the Oscars moving there. They're going to move everything off of. Man, is there anything going to be left on regular TV or what? Leave it to Beaver reruns or something? What's going on? We got what's going on with regular TV? But first, that's a whole nother rant. But the rant about the referees. I never saw a 2-point conversion where the Seattle Seahawks went for two. They tried to do a quick bubble screen pass. Sam Darnold threw the ball. The defender for the Rams, it hit him in his helmet, hit right off his helmet, ricocheted toward the goal line. And everybody, and then you heard a whistle. Obviously, a whistle was blown. Everybody stopped going full speed. And all of a sudden, Charbonneau, the running back for the Seattle Seahawks, he almost tripped over the ball. So he just turned around and picked the ball up and handing the ball to the referee. He didn't think it was a touchdown. Next thing you know, before they kicked them, now they back getting ready to kick the ball off to the Rams. And all of a sudden, they put 2 points on the board saying that the game is tied. I mean, what? I never see. Oh man, that's Sean McVay. Oh, Sean McVay of the. Oh man, he blew a gasket, man. I mean, his neck, all those muscles in his neck, man, his veins and everything was popping out. He looked like it definitely looked like a WWE moment. It looked like he's ready to power drive one of the refs right into the turf out there. I mean, it just looked like straight up WWE nonsense. Ever since gambling been involved in the sports, now we're getting all these ridiculous endings, and the referees had the nerve to say that the call was right. Even though they blew the whistle. If you blow the whistle, the play's over. You can't say that the guy scored a touchdown after you blow the whistle and everybody stops running at full speed. And the guy actually was just picking the ball up to hand to the referee. Unbelievable call. Unbelievable nonsense in the National Football League. They need to clean this up because it's good. More and more people going to believe it's script writing and fouls, J-GILLZ. Good morning, J-GILLZ. What's your take on that bizarre happening in that game Thursday night?
Oh, man, good morning, everybody, Real Deal family. I think we got to bring BacSpin on for this one because we've been talking about it for weeks. When it comes to the NFL, when it comes to these parlays, when it comes to this gambling, it's always seemed to be these trick plays, these under-the-radar plays, these plays that keep on happening to assure that money is not transferred where it needs to go. So when I saw that last night, I couldn't believe it because as you stated, Radman, the whistle was blown. The whistle was blown. Everybody stopped the field of play. Then, Charbonnet gets the ball, and all of a sudden, they're lined up for 2-point conversion. You heard McVay. He said both the teams was lined up, ready to go for a kickoff after a failed 2-point conversion. Next thing you know, 2 points on the screen. I couldn't believe it, if you ask me. I truly couldn't. But when you see what happened with Puka Nacua, the young receiver from the Rams, you see him in his bouts in the media going back and forth with the referees. It's no coincidence, and it only adds to the conspiracy of the NFL and these problems. So when you ask me, when you look at what Puka did and the comments that he made throughout the week and his antiques that he had throughout the week, it doesn't surprise me at all that we saw what we saw on Thursday night.
Bilal, your comments.
Yeah, so definitely a crazy call. I think the tragedy of the call is that, to your point, the whistle was blown. What to me, what matters most in sports is getting the call right. The call was right, but because the whistle was blown, I would have rather seen the play replayed. You know what I mean? So that way you could at least say, we missed it on the field, that it was a backwards pass, and subsequently what happened would have resulted in a 2-point conversion being, again, we've seen crazy plays happen. The call being right is what matters most, and I think that's what they got to clean up. That's what they got to figure out this offseason. NFL Rules and Competition Committee meet, and they got to say, what do we do in a situation like that? Because to award it if the whistle's been blown, yeah, it doesn't. That definitely is a slight to the. You're gonna have the team, the Rams, whoever it is gonna feel some way about it, and rightfully so, because if you play sports at any point, especially football, when you hear the whistle blow, they say play to the whistle, because the whistle means the play's dead. So if you play to the whistle and now the play's dead, and then next thing you know, there's points going on the scoreboard, or the something being awarded to the other team. You know, that's what they got to get right. Get it right, but you got to do it in a way that doesn't compromise the integrity of the game, because it makes us question that much more what's going on with all the other stuff around the game.
Absolutely. They're saying get it right before it compromises sports gambling and before it compromises millions of dollars in their pockets. And that's what's going on here. We're going to keep on seeing plays like this. This won't be the last time, fellas. It won't be the last.
Yes, indeed. Morris Thompson on the Beltway down there in the D.C. Area saying, hey, sports online gambling is the death of sports. It seems like it. That is definitely a serious problem going on here that we're having right now. And plus, that game ended up being a 1-point game. So instead of that game possibly being a push, if somebody would have won by 2 points, it could have been a push. But here, nobody won. No matter if you took the Rams or the Seahawks, you were a loser in this game, because it was a -1.5 points at kickoff. So you're both losers in this contest. So the money stays in the house, and that even makes it even worse.
I think you make a great point, Radman, and even about like the WWE aspect. I talk to my friends a lot about WWE. Grew up watching it, and I tell all the time. I say all the time, man, it's all WWE at this point, because it feels like there's a level of scripting across sports. No matter what sport it is, there's some level of scripting happening, and maybe the players may not necessarily be in on it, but it gives the league, the refs, and those entities controlled by the league, some sense of, it really feels like the league might be in on, scripting some stuff, and hey, keep it close enough, and try not to, make it too obvious. But there's a lot of questionable behaviors and things going on in sports, and again, we may not be going backwards at any point. I don't think we go back to what it was when you think about the amount of millions of dollars that are involved at this point.
Absolutely. And thank you, gentlemen. Our next segment is going to be brought to you by the award-winning Miriam Rivera Insurance Agency, Auto, Home, Health, and Life Insurance, 1038 Lyle Avenue, 511 Bean Road, Suite B. Give her a call if you're serious about saving money on your homeowners, life insurance, car insurance, auto, home, life, and health. Give her a call. Area code 585-360-0094. She saved the Radman and his crew a hell of a lot of money. I guarantee you, get a free quote from Miriam Rivera and see if she can save you and your family a hell of a lot of money. Now we're going to go down that throughway I-90, where we'll be headed first thing in the morning tomorrow morning on that frigid, it's supposed to be 0 degrees early in the morning tomorrow. J-GILLZ will be out there on the road. We're going to go down there now to Willie Knows. We're going to Cleveland, Ohio. We're going to speak to Willie Knows, Mr. Willie Gibson, reporter covering the Cleveland Browns, Ohio State, and Cleveland Cavaliers basketball. Good morning, Willie. How you doing this morning?
Gentlemen, good morning. I'm well. How are you all?
Good. How you doing?
Good.
Well.
What's going on down there in Cleveland? Is Stefanski got to go, or is it Shedeur Sanders got to go? Where are we at? And is this going to come to a head at the end of the season, or what's going on?
Well, you know what? 3 weeks ago, I was 100% certain. I don't see them making a change 3 weeks ago. After last week in Chicago, I'm about 50-50. And here's why. I mean, I'm not condoning or excusing or defending the performance on the field. I mean, they're 3-11, 6-24, 6-25 last 2 years. But this team was not built to win this year. I mean, they had 2 rookie quarterbacks. I mean, 13 rookies in total. 30 of the 53-man roster has 3 years of NFL service or less. So this isn't a team that's built to win right now. This is a team that's built But by the way, in salary cap Hades due to the Deshaun Watson contract. So this team isn't built to win now, but you at least want to see some type of effort. And the defense carried this team the entire season. I think defense finally has begun to not tap out, but fatigue. I mean, they can only do what they can do. And I don't know. At this point, anything is possible. I mean, I want to say that he comes back because this ownership group, Jimmy Haslam, brought back a coach who went 1-31 in a 2-year span. So if you bring back Hugh Jackson after going 1-31, and he didn't improve. He went 1-15, then went 1-16, and he came back. Mm-hmm. So if you bring him back, I want to say they brings Kevin Stefanski back, but I'm starting to wonder.
I got a question.
Because
I hear you, and I think that's a great point. But during those Jacks, when they had Hugh there as the head coach, there wasn't anything that gave the fan base something that's excited to be about. There was nothing for them to really rally around. I think Shador gives them at least something to rally around and be excited about as a fan base, as an organization, if they actually invest in him being successful. And I think that's the difference in terms of making the decision of a head coaching move this offseason versus during that stretch some years ago. So I think that's the tough part is you risk really alienating your fan base again if you've got this young quarterback who people feel like has the spark, has the potential to be great, but you don't build around him or you don't put him in a position to be successful. And unfortunately, most people, and I got to say myself included, don't feel like this coach ultimately wants to see Shador successful. And at least he hasn't shown it on the in the preparation and what he's done for Shador.
Mm-hmm. What I would say to that is, that is narrative that he doesn't like Shador, but it's deeper than that. It goes back to the Deshaun Watson. Everything in Cleveland over the last 4 years goes directly or indirectly back to Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson was not Kevin Stefanski's pick. For that matter, he wasn't Andrew Berry, general manager's pick. That was owner Jimmy Haslam pick. Jimmy Haslam brought Deshaun Watson to the table and said, "You make it work." And so now, at the beginning of training camp this year, Jimmy Haslam acquiesced and said, "We swung and missed." He admitted, "I messed up." So the agreement was, Kevin Stefanski, now you get your guy. You're the head coach. You pick your guy. So in the third round, they picked Dylan Gabriel. So Kevin did everything he could to justify picking his guy, and it just didn't work. I mean, Dylan Gabriel it didn't work. Meanwhile, Shador was on the bench working on the side. They called him 70% Shador in camp because every training camp practice there was a quarterback tracker, and he completed 70% of his passes consistently every practice. And so people are like, "Hey, wait a minute! I'm seeing on the field what this guy is doing," and we kept getting the same narrative. Shador's not ready. He's working hard. He's not ready. He's not ready. He's not ready. And you only said so much that you finally put him in, and you see, okay, he is. But granted, he's a rookie quarterback. He's going to make mistakes. Tomorrow's his 5th start in the NFL. He's not perfect yet. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'm sorry. What are you expecting from him tomorrow? What's your breakdown of tomorrow's game?
You know what? I mean, arguably, last week probably was his worst game. 3 interceptions, 177 yards. He's back home. I mean, that Buffalo defense is nothing to sneeze at. I mean, I don't know. I mean, he's gonna continue to improve. I mean, he's gonna make his mistakes. It's just it's the talent around him and his offensive line. Especially 4 starters on the offensive line. His receivers, Cedric Tillman may not be available. What Jerry Jeudy will show up tomorrow. That's another story for another day. I mean, he's one of 11. Yes, he has the ball in every play, but unless the other 10 continue to do their job, it remains to be seen. His performance, unfortunately, is dependent on what the other 10 do. So,
okay, go ahead.
From your experience covering the team, the Fanatic, who's part of the show, he wants to know. He just this thing. Do the Browns fans want Shador, Willie?
Do the Browns fans? Some do. But I mean, it's not a monolith. I mean, it's not 100%. Everybody wants everything. Yes, some do, but you have some that don't. To be completely honest, but I think, and a lot of it is just based on what they've heard, not a lot of what they've seen. And now that you're starting to see, you're starting to turn it over. But again, I mean, a quarterback can only go as far as his offensive line and the receivers taking. They can't run the ball right now. They started out running the ball, but because of the injuries on the offensive line, the run game hasn't produced a lot in the last month. So as a quarterback, you run instead of the pass. If you can't run, the defense is coming for you as a quarterback. The receivers are coming through for you. I mean, it's only so much 12 can do.
Hey, Willie, last time we talked, we always take it there. We talked about LeBron James coming back and retiring to Cleveland. We always take it there. So I'm going to take it there right now. Obviously, you're talking about Kevin Stefanski. To me, 6 wins in the last 2 seasons just isn't enough. He hasn't been able to produce. To me, I think he needs to go. What's your thoughts on adding a guy like Coach Prime to the Cleveland Browns, coaching his son in the NFL? What's your thoughts on it? We had to take it there.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. I mean, that's Coach Prime. That's Coach Prime says that. Coach Prime says, I can't coach in the league because I will hurt somebody. Period. So anything is possible. I don't believe, based on the comments of Coach Prime in the past, that he's connected to the Dallas Cowboys head coach opening this past offseason. I mean, I don't know that Cleveland is ready for that. I don't know that Jimmy Haslam is ready for that, quite honestly.
Yeah,
that's a good talking point. That's the content. Content to be through the roof, but I don't think that'll happen.
Okay.
I think you gave great context to the whole situation in the big picture. I think what I'm seeing is these two egos that really have clashed and collided. Haslam missed on his guy, finally came out to admit it, and then here you got Stefanski now, who drafted his guy and isn't ready to admit or acquiesce that he missed on his guy. And so and then all of lost in the mix of it is now this young quarterback who could potentially be what the franchise needs. But we can't get an authentic look. Like, we heard what Stefanski said about the whole risk coach situation last week and whatnot. But again, if you follow football, I've never seen anything like that in all the time that I've ever watched football. And it just seems like no matter what, Stefanski can't get out of this young man's way to see what he can be. So it's, again, that's not to blame the performance of the game, but when you start out struggling, that can be a slippery slope to end up on, especially when you're a young quarterback trying to build confidence. And he's not oblivious to the narratives that maybe this guy doesn't really want me to succeed, and that makes it hard to go out there and play with a clear thought process.
Well, to address the narrative as far as Kevin Stefanski not wanting him to succeed, if Shador succeeds, Kevin Stefanski succeeds. So I just have a hard time thinking that I'm going to sabotage myself to prove that this kid isn't ready.
I agree with you. I think the challenge of a narrative is once it's out there, it muddies the water. So as I agree that, like you said, Shador being successful means Stefanski is successful. So and there's job security in that. But because the narrative is out there, it just makes everything that happens get magnified that much more. Last question for me.
Sure.
The entire time Dillon Gabriel, as a matter of fact, you go back to training camp, Shador was getting interviewed every day, and he was 3rd and 4th on the depth chart.
Yep.
Dillon Gabriel gets promoted to the starter. Shador is still getting interviewed every day, as a third guy on the depth chart and backup. Shador gets promoted to the starter, and there's never a microphone in front of Dillon Gabriel, and I just feel like, again, that helps fuel or feed the narrative. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, it does. I mean, the roles are reversed now. Now Dillon Gabriel's the de facto backup. So, typically, Trubisky's backup in Buffalo, Radman? Trubisky?
Yes.
So
yes, he is. Yes.
A lot of people don't really even know who the backup is in their said city. I mean, I don't, off the top of my head, I can't tell you the backup in New Orleans or, the Rams. I can't score but
most cities. Most cities.
Yeah. I mean, the backup is pretty much non-existent from a media perspective. So Shador is I mean, he's a game changer. He's a game changer from day one. I mean, because of his father. I mean, his father, as he likes to tell us, he has a gold jacket that he didn't buy. So that alone is going to make Shador a magnet to media attention. And on top of that, the narrative that's been out there. So, I mean, again, in anything in Cleveland, their size are being picked, and it remains to be seen how it ends up.
All right. Well, before you go, we want to get a quick update on the Cleveland Cavaliers. How's things going with the Cavs so far this season?
Again, depending on who you ask, they're struggling. They're 15-14. They lost to the Bulls Friday night, and they're injured. They have a lot of injuries. They haven't had their starting lineup one game this year. But I think last night, the 29th game they played last night, it was their 15th different starting lineup in 29 games. Max Strus is out all year. Evan Mobley's out now. Donovan Mitchell and Ray Porter Jr. didn't play last night. Larry Nance Jr. has been out for a while. Darius Garland played like half the games. I think last night was his 14th or 15th game. He's not healthy, coming back from off-season toe surgery. They just haven't had a cohesive unit yet. I mean, they lost their, March 21st, I think they lost their 14th game last year, and they lost their 14th game this year, December 19th. So they just got to get healthy. It remains to be seen how long it takes them to get healthy, and then how long it takes them to gel as a unit. I mean, that's the veteran squad. It shouldn't take long to gel, but right now there's trouble in paradise, as they say.
Okay. Any changes? Anything? Trades or anything? You hear any rumors about the upcoming trade deadline?
Oh yeah, you always hear rumors. Yeah, you definitely hear rumors. I mean, there's been a rumor for the last, 3 years, Darius Garland to Minnesota, and now that's picking up again with the lack of point guard depth in Minnesota. So that's always out there. Jared Allen's always being moved. He's been moved to New Orleans since he got to Cleveland. So there's always rumors out there, but we'll see. We'll see.
All right. Last but not least, Ohio State. Are they going to bounce back from that Indiana? I was surprised. That was the first time I seen a team handle Ohio State like Indiana. Very physical. I didn't know Indiana was that physical.
Yeah, Indiana's good. That they showed the nation they were good. I mean, Ohio State lost 13-10. I mean, the last time Ohio State lost the game 13-10 before the CFP, they won the national championship. So, I mean, I mean, we'll see. I mean, they had an off night without question. I mean, even in an off night, you know, they lost by 3 with a chance to win with a missed field goal in the fourth quarter. You know, but that defense, I mean, we'll see. I mean, they're getting ready now. They practice Monday, Tuesday, and they leave Tuesday for Christmas break. They come back on the 27th, and they leave for Dallas on the 28th to finish preparing for the Cotton Bowl. So we'll see.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show. As always, we're definitely gonna have you back as we get closer to that trade deadline and sit here and what Cleveland may even make a move before then. But definitely, we'll hope to see you down there tomorrow, and you have yourself a good holiday season coming up, Willie.
All right, gentlemen. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Merry Christmas. Have a safe.
Likewise.
All righty. Take care. Take care. And the next segment coming up is brought to you by the Experience the award-winning authentic Indian food and a warm, inviting atmosphere. Thali of India, the lunch buffet served from 11:30 to 2 p.m. and dinner 4:40 to 8:30 p.m. at 3259 South Winton Road in the Win Jeff Plaza. Check them out. The fish is off the chain. The chicken, meatballs, the whole 9 yards. That buffet is voted #1 in all of Rochester, New York. It's the #1 voted buffet in all of Rochester, New York, guys. Yes, indeed. And as we move into basketball talk, now we're going to go to a little warmer city. We're a little bit warmer than Cleveland or Rochester or Buffalo. We're going to head south to Houston, Texas. And when we go to Houston talking basketball, you know it's got to be Houston Round Ball Review with the legendary, and also has his credentials for the Final Four. This man's been to several Final Fours, and he got his credential coming up for the next one. Chris Gardner. How you doing, Chris? Welcome back to Real Deal Sports Show.
I'm doing great, Radman. How y'all doing? Good to see y'all, Brother Gibson. How you doing, sir? And
Yes, sir. How are you?
See you Sunday for Folks Talking Sports.
Yes, sir.
Yes, indeed. J-GILLZ, go right ahead. You can lead this segment off.
Oh, man. Well, man, always good to have you, the legend of OG, Chris Gardner, in the building. Man, well, let's just get your thoughts while we're here. You know, special day coming up. NBA basketball has finally started with Christmas right around the corner. What's your thoughts on this landscape of the league? Obviously, we got the Oklahoma City Thunder, even though it's tough loss to the Timberwolves last night, but still looking like the team to beat in the NBA. What's your thoughts on this landscape? Obviously, the Houston Rockets, so much to talk about in the NBA. Talk to me, Mr. Gardner, about this NBA.
OKC is still a team to beat. I'm happy to say, as a Pistons fan, Detroit is the top team in the East right now. Coming off probably a bad loss to Dallas, I would think. I hate losing to Dallas in anything. I don't care what it is. Anything, pickleball, tennis, basketball, anything. I hate losing to Dallas. That's H-Town pride thing right there. But the Rockets hit a few bumps in the road lately because turnovers, too many turnovers. Teams are double teaming KD, and he's making some bad decisions, getting turnovers as well. And then they don't have enough guys who can get stops individually on defense. Hello, Reed Shepard. But anyway, the Rockets, they got another game in Denver, another game with Denver today in Denver this afternoon. And then I'll be watching the Cougs men's team going back and forth between that game and the Rockets.
Excellent. Bilal, go right ahead.
Yeah, so one of my son's favorite players is Şengün. Kind of, you know, so he loves his game, but it doesn't seem like, even with and I get that he's injured right now, but how do you feel like the team, when it's fully healthy with KG, what is, you know, does that team really have a chance to compete with the OKC? Because as you said, right now they are a top dog in the NBA.
I think the Rockets are a very good team. They've surprised a lot of people with how well they've done so far without Fred VanVleet, missing the whole year so far with the ACL injury. Tari Eason's injured again. Dorian Finney-Smith hasn't played yet because of off-season ankle surgery. So he was a guy they're counting on for his defense for sure. But But Reed Shepherd, he's played very well on offense. He's shooting the ball with confidence. He's making buckets. He's not a point guard. He still struggles at the point guard spot with turnovers and poor decision making, but that's not really his best spot. His job is to shoot the ball and put the ball in the hole, not to facilitate. That's where a guy like Şengün comes in and Kevin Durant to have the ball in their hands and have Reed Shepherd play off of them. That's when they're at their best. But turnovers is a problem. They really do miss Dorian Finney-Smith and his defense. Rockets, they're the best offensive rebounding team in the NBA, like numbers-wise, some say in the history of the NBA. They miss it and go get it and go get it and go get it until they score. So that's what they do. But they have to get into the half court and not turn it over in order to miss a shot and go get it to score.
Great point. What are your thoughts on? Got this couple last questions here. Your thoughts on the NBA Cup? You know what I mean? This idea, because I we hear the discussion around it, and some guys are for it, and feel like it's something that's increasing the profile for the regular season, but other guys feel like it's a sham of a championship, if you will, for the NBA. They feel like it really stains the league.
I'm kind of in the middle. I don't consider it a championship. It's an in-season moneymaker. That's what it is. That's just real talk. It's a way for Commissioner Silver to hopefully generate interest in the NBA before Christmas, because a lot of the average fans don't keep up with the NBA until Christmas Day. They keep up with the NFL. NFL is king, as we all know, much to my disappointment. But people don't follow the NBA in depth until Christmas Day, and then they get into it. So the NBA Cup is a way to boost that, but they have to do a better job scheduling. There's too many games leading up to the Final Four Cup teams. You got 5 games in 7 days for teams. That's too much. You got 5 games, 7 days, and then if you're not a finalist, you don't play for like a week. Okay, what's the point of that? Figure that out for scheduling wise. But the money has increased. I remember years ago, about 5 or 6 years ago, when Mr. P.J. Tucker was still on the Rockets. P.J. played ball overseas, so he had a few in-season tournaments in Europe and sort of like that. So when the idea was first discussed, we asked him before practice, what are your thoughts on that, on the NBA Cup in-season kind of deal here? PJ laughed at it. He's like, man, please, that's never going to happen here. It makes no sense. But the money increased. You got to make it more interesting money-wise for the players to care. I think that's been a boost. So it's here to stay. But I don't want my team to raise a banner because they won an NBA Cup.
Fanatic. Welcome back, Fanatic.
What's up, Real Deal Sports Show family? Look at this crew, man. Nothing like the holiday. J-GILLZ, always appreciate the shout out. Bilal, Radman, Chris Gardner, H-Town Finest, stand up. What up? Hey, so I want to talk about individual players today for me. 3 players in particular. Chris, CP3, we all heard about what happened, leaving in the middle of the night. He had a stint with the Rockets. The Rockets are 5th in the West right now. Any chance CP3 comes to help bring some leadership? Nah, okay.
Hell no. I mean, well, right, no. There's a chance. It's really small.
Yeah. Talk to me about Giannis. Giannis Antetokounmpo. Any thoughts? The Bucks are 11-17 outside the playoff in the East. Giannis, it seems like he's only linked to the Knicks, but whoever knows, just wanted to see if you have heard any rumors about what Giannis may be thinking about. Is it an in-season trade? Is it going through the year and then try to see what's happening? Because Giannis, to me, what's not being said, Giannis is still an animal. Giannis is still, top 3, 4, maybe player in the league? Like, he's great, and his team has just stunk lately. What's your thoughts on Giannis before we go to Big Wemby?
He wants to go to the Knicks, but the Knicks don't have enough to give the Bucks in return. The thing kicked around here, I brought it up down here in H-Town, was put a Şengün package together and send him to the Bucks for Giannis. I'm all for that. I'm for that. The fans don't want that because they love Şengün, but the ownership here in Houston wants to win a championship now. Getting Kevin Durant, the window shrunk from like 5 years to 2 years. Well, you add Giannis to KD. Let's go to work. Let's go do battle.
I figured out if I was going to ask anybody that question, I figured it'd be you. And it seems like that dude, you told Reed earlier, man, it seems like they really like him. But I'm going to come back on that. Last one, Big Wemby in San Antonio. I know you already talked about H-Town versus Dallas. I don't know if there's something with H-Town and San Antonio. All right, I didn't think so. The
really.
Riverwalk is nice. What's up with Wemby, man? How great is he? I know he's on the minute restriction. How great is Wemby? Is Wemby already today, December 20th, a top 5 player in the NBA today?
Not yet. Got to stay healthy. You know, that's one of my main things. The best
availability.
There you go. That's what I'm going to say. The best ability is availability. And folks who are raving about Wemby is a hell of a talent. No question about it. No doubt. But these youngsters, and they're youngsters, I want y'all to hit the internet and Google Ralph Sampson. Young Ralph Sampson did some of the same things Wemby did and better. Dribble, full court, behind the back, 7'4", block shots, pass, dunk, all those things. Google Ralph Sampson.
From college, he was doing it.
Doing all that at Virginia.
Yeah, he dominated.
People act like Wemby's the first player who ever did this at 7 feet. Please, Google Ralph Sampson.
That's why we bring Chris Gardner on. Do your history, people. Everybody on winter break, basically. Do some history.
And this is before the internet and before my time. But my mentor, Ralph Cooper, used to tell me about Lou Alcindor. Lou Alcindor, 7'2" in high school, did a lot of the same stuff that Wemby did. Folks, Wemby's a great talent, but he ain't the first. One won't be the last.
That's right. J-GILLZ.
Chris, I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about my loss to my Los Angeles Lakers.
Come on, that's my brother.
I have to know right now, as the Lakers are positioned 3rd in the West. You know, this is the best we've seen them look in a long time. This is the best their roster has been constructed in a long time. Do you think there's any moves that need to be made on their end? I'm hearing Klay Thompson is available for trade. I'm hearing that there are some pieces still out there to get, but when you got a DeAndre Ayton and a Luka Doncic, Marcus Smart, and JJ Redick, just coaching phenomenally right now. Do you think the Lakers have a chance to compete in the West, or do you think it's still a move to be made?
They got to improve the defense. You know, I mean, they can score. I mean, you didn't name some of the other weapons they have on offense, and one guy who's defeating Father Time a lot, LeBron James, still getting it done. But defensively, they got to be able to get stops, especially one-on-one stops. DeAndre Ayton has played well so far. How long will that last? He's brought into the system, finally living up to the hype that he had, because he was a big man and didn't do anything as a big man.
When you're the 4th in line, now you're looking real good. We never won an option. Come on, now you got Luka, you got everybody. Now you're looking real good.
So, but I think the Lakers defensively, they can increase the defense. Klay Thompson, he doesn't want to be in Dallas. You know, his time there has come to an end in terms of winning a championship for sure. So if he can get to the Lakers, he would love that. But Klay Thompson is not the great defender that he used to be either.
What about the big situation? I mean, like they brought in Ayton, and I feel like he's giving them good minutes, but I feel like they still need a solidified big.
A backup big is great. You know, Mr. Hayes, Jackson Hayes, the slim man. Yeah, no, he's not physically. He's not. He's athlete for sure, but physical defensive big man, he needs something better.
Oh, right.
Missed out on Luka North, but it's a lot. It's a lot. Go ahead, Radman. Go ahead, Radman. We got some time.
Hey, just real quick, Chris, we got Christmas. We got the NFL. Hey, the NBA got 5 games. It used to be all about the NBA, but the NFL got games, but we got injuries. What game? What if we gonna say? What's the matchup? Because to me, I want to see Wemby at OKC at 2:30. I'll be ready with my Christmas gifts for at that point in time. But when you look at the schedule for Christmas, what's the game to watch?
Don't the Rockets play the Lakers?
Yeah, that's the 8:00 game.
Well, there we go. You know, hey, H-Town. I'm H-Town Media, Rockets and Lakers. You know,
I'm gonna be watching football, fellas. I'm watching my man Snoop.
You a smart man, J-GILLZ. You a smart man.
Yeah.
Basketball is where it's at, people. NFL trying to catch up globally because their feelings are hurt that the NBA is king around the world. That's all right.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, what's going on with the Houston Cougars? Man, you beat the daylights out of Syracuse a few weeks ago. Man, Syracuse.
But it wasn't enough, though. It wasn't enough. The defense at that point in November wasn't up to Cougar standards. The freshman players are still adjusting to Kelvin Sampson coaching style. They have a big one in terms of seeding potential net rankings later on Saturday against Arkansas in New Jersey and Newark. Two future Hall of Fame coaches. Coach Sampson was one of the finalists announced for the Class 26 Hall of Fame. Kelvin Sampson, I think he should get in. I doubt if it gets in on the first try because of the Indiana issues, but I think he will get in eventually. But Houston, Arkansas, it's a big one. 2 top 15, top 20 teams in the net, in the AP, in the coaches' polls, all those great things. Freshman Darius Acuff, Arkansas, point guard. Freshman Kingston Fleming's point guard. Should be a great matchup. Both those guys are probably one and done going to the league next year.
Wow. That's a lot going on there. And we definitely going to definitely get back with you on that because obviously the Cougars are the Coach Sampson well deserving of that honor. Hopefully, and they're playing a lot of tough games. I see they're playing a lot, getting themselves really ready.
They're 10-1, fellas, right now, but they're probably right now the 4th best team in the Big 12. Behind Arizona, Iowa State, and BYU. Think about that.
So who leads Arizona? Who's the floor general for Arizona?
Oh, I mean, a cold piece to man, Braden Burries, and the point guard, the old man there. He's the one. I love what he does. They're a great team. They're playing great basketball.
Straight out of the 585.
That's it. You got it.
It's a tough team, tough to go. Have you, the coach? What's going on with your women team? I know you've been talking about them for years. Have they started to improve there? The women's Cougars?
Well, the bar was so low for Coach Matthew Mitchell in his first year. They've won. They're, I think, 6-5 non-conference, so to get ready for Big 12 play. But their 6 wins were all against bottom feeders in college basketball. They got to step up in competition. The first 2 games of the Big 12 at West Virginia, they're going to lose by a lot. And then they face Iowa State, top 10 Iowa State at home. On New Year's Eve, they're going to lose by a lot. They need a point guard in the worst way. Worst way. They struggle to make shots. I mean, they've shot around 25-30% from the floor in games. Just not good enough to compete in the Big 12.
Wow. Well, thank you so much for coming on, Chris Gardner. We're going to have you back. You know, you're going to be a regular as we continue on with the basketball season because you know what's going on, college and pro. Continue. How can people get in contact with you or catch your shows on YouTube?
Houston Roundball Review YouTube channel, Houston Roundball Review on Instagram and Threads and TikTok. And last thing I want to say, youngsters, Google Ralph Sampson.
Yes, indeed. Thank you so much, Chris. That was Chris. Thank you. Take care. Happy holidays to you and your family.
All of y'all. Take care. Peace.
Happy holidays.
Peace.
Happy holidays.
J-GILLZ, there was a fight last night. Was it a real fight?
Man.
Oh, I was hoping we would get to. I was hoping we would get to it.
Well, nah, you know we were gonna get to it.
There's so many topics here. I thought we was gonna go with my man getting benched. But I guess we can take it here, man. Jake Paul, Anthony Joshua. It was a lot going on last night on Netflix. Like I said, man, Netflix, everything's on Netflix. You said it, Radman. You said it. But man, excellent script. If you ask me, it was pure entertainment. Man, he was playing with his food out there, man. He was playing with his food. But ultimately, Jake Paul gets knocked out in the 6th round. He didn't want no problems. He could have Anthony Joshua could have knocked him out in the 1st round. But due to time, fellas, go ahead, Fanatic. Talk to me, man.
Hey, man, yeah, to me, this Jake Paul stuff has been a sham all along. But yesterday, it kind of looked like a real fight. Now, I ain't going to lie. I was looking at that at the corner of my eye. I was more on the traditional sports. I was watching OU and Bama, of course, SEC ties. So that's where my attention was. But I was like, wait, hold on. It looked like Anthony Joshua. First of all, the real question is, who looked more like a Greek god, Myles, Garrett, or Anthony Joshua? These dudes, like, I'm about to go lift this morning. I'm about to go get it in. But what a good it was.
But when you boxing next to Jake Paul, it ain't that hard to look good, man.
Yeah, you're right. But yeah, Anthony Joshua, I'm glad it was actually a fight. And that you're right. Anthony Joshua could have ended that like that. Who knows how much money they made? I heard reports up to $92 million a piece for that.
Really?
And I'm like, Jake,
wow.
Yeah, that's why again. But to me, the real indictment I'm gonna pass the blow out this is boxing. You should be ashamed of yourself. You guys, we can't get any of these fights. Terrence Crawford, we just got him really in the mainstream over the last 3 years. Shout out to the Big O who put me on to him 12 years ago. Out of come to Fighting Pride out of Omaha, Nebraska. But to me, boxing, this is more a referendum. You guys can't put any good matches together. We got to have Jake Paul being the matchmaker to get us to watch. And people still like good old hand-to-hand combat, one man versus another man. If somebody usually gonna go night-night, we still like that.
Wow.
You know why Jake Paul can get those fights put together? One, because he understands that if you pay people, they will provide a product for you. If you pay them well, they'll provide a product. So if you offer guys the right amount of money to get in the ring, and because the reality is man, these not real fights. This like J-GILLZ said, this is scripted. This is man, WWE at its best. But I was at least glad to see Anthony Joshua go off script a little bit and twist that jaw up a little bit. You know what I mean? Because he's had it coming. You know what I mean? To me, the sham of it is you do these weigh-ins and Jake Paul's up there looking like a clown, man, and embarrassing the sport of boxing. You know what I mean? And for me, Joshua being an actual fighter needed to do what he did in order to say, listen, like, okay, cool, you bringing money to the arena of boxing entertainment, because that's what we're gonna call it. We're not gonna call it boxing. We're gonna call it boxing entertainment. You know what I mean? But I'm a real boxer and I'm a real fighter, and I really put my life on the line when I was doing this at the highest level, and you're not gonna make a mockery out of it. So yeah, two cracks to the jaw. You know what I mean? Jaw broken in two places. Take that.
And y'all heard the remarks from Tyson Fury after the fight, talking a heck of smack to Anthony Joshua. Just, I think he wants to get about, and I do think that a better fight, even though it would have been the same result, but I think that if he would have fought Tank, it would have been a little bit more believable.
Absolutely. BacSpin, are you back with us? I see we at the end time. BacSpin. I know you're a little wounded with your Cowboys there, but I got them in the over this week. Them against the Chargers, take the over in that one. Take the over Miami, Cincinnati. Also take the over the Steelers in Detroit. Those are my three picks. But go to RealDealSportsShow.com.
Rookie quarterback? You taking the over with the rookie quarterback?
Oh, that's right. Rookie quarterback. I think it's going to be Cincinnati. But, boy, I got to rethink
Quinn
that
Ewers.
one. But the other two. My two big ones, Chargers, the Cowboys, Steelers, Detroit. Take the over in those two. Scratch that Miami, Cincinnati right now. Take Cincinnati outright to win that game. -2, unless the referees do some craziness in that game.
Hey, you know that's coming. I was listening to y'all earlier, and you're right, man. Once you blow the whistle, what they say, play to the whistle. Play to the whistle. Play to the whistle. Hey,
Play to the whistle.
the NFL is going to the hell in a handbasket. I mean, that's the only way I can explain it. Ever since these FanDuels and DraftKings sites are popping up, you got ESPN promoting the gambling. You got sportscasters getting endorsements off these gambling platforms, and it's compromising the game. I've never seen anything like what we saw Thursday night in that Seattle Rams game. I mean, really?
Hey, I feel y'all on that, but hold on. Did nobody not see the UB receiver score? Who was the receiver who should have scored a touchdown
and ran out of bounds? Yeah,
that was the most.
Yep, that's another one. I mean, there's all types of instances. They're kicking a 29-yard punt.
Yeah, and like I'll get BacSpin to your point. BacSpin, you've been on this early. Everybody trust your eyes. Sometimes if you're looking at it, and don't let people tell you whatever, use your own judgment. Some of that, I'm like, wait a minute. Sean McVay was going for it, 4th and 2 on his own 30-yard line on the first drive of the game.
Yeah, you saw that, right?
You gonna punt it on a 29-yard line? Wait a minute. Hey, where my money at? Let me see if I'm on this.
That's
game.
why I'm not even. I used to partake in the parlays and all, and I'm not doing none of that no more. Man. They can't get another dime of my money.
Man, you must the feds be at your door.
Yeah, to me, the best way to make some money is win your fantasy football league in the Real Deal Sports. So, hey, cats, get ready to pay up. Man, we into the Final Four. Radman, you had it right here, man.
I'm gonna need my money.
It's my money, J-GILLZ. BacSpin.
I need
BacSpin, you out
man.
too, aren't you?
J-GILLZ knocked me out last week.
I need my money.
He had Amon Ross St. Brown, who paid dividends for him, and my team put up a hell of a fight. But when
Puka did work for Fanatic.
Yep, that's right.
I love that call. Good. I was looking at them numbers. I'm like, oh, okay. If we could get into overtime, let's do this thing. Thank you, Big Puka, the Samoan finest, man.
I was a little upset about that, but I still got next season to look forward.
Same here.
Just make sure I send some money, baby. That's the safest and more legit way.
My money is on the way.
Bilal, if you want to get down, we'll get you in next year.
No doubt.
I like to bet on stuff if I can control the outcome because I'm competing.
I feel that.
That's why I like bowling so much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Depend on yourself.
Hey, shout out. Hey, last thing. Hey, shout out. Hey, Bama. I gotta give a little SEC. Bama OU. Bama really good comeback. Let's all calm down on that Kalen DeBoer to Michigan. Wait. Is Sherrod Moore still sitting in the jail cell?
Nah,
I gotta Google.
He got released.
He got released. Okay,
He's
good.
been released.
Good. I was getting worried about that, brother. But yeah, we got 3 games today. The only one really to look about to me is Miami and Texas A&M. And the other games, again, nice for Tulane. A shout out to New Orleans. JMU up in Virginia. Well, put Notre Dame in. Put Texas in. I don't want to watch it.
James Madison.
I'm going to do my last bit of Christmas shopping during them games. So, them games, they done messed up. Nice to have the little guy.
Young men like that.
Hey, no, JMU. Tulane. Thank you.
Appreciate you, fellas.
Come on.
Real Deal Sports Show.
Happy holiday.
Saturday morning, 8 a.m. right here on the Beat 105.5. You guys have a great Christmas, and I'll chop it up with y'all next week, man.
Looking forward to get your Kwanzaa in too.
Yes, sir.
Like and subscribe on YouTube. Like and subscribe to the show.
There you go. Keep it where you need it. Rock City coming up. It's the Bag of Time Mix Show right here on the Beat 105.5.